What's up, guys? Variety X here. That sounds weird to say, but anyways, what's up, everybody? It is Variety X. You also may know me as Anime X if you know me from my main channel. But I will be talking about something that has been bothering me a little bit. Not really like people have been bugging me, but it's just like something that I've been thinking about. I mentioned it kind of briefly on Twitter. But like I'm gonna just like make a video about it just because it's the clearest way to get everything out there. So, based on the title and thumbnail, you may come to an understanding that I will be talking about my main channel, right, Anime X, and why I make like multiple what if series that like even when other series aren't completed, right? Now, for some of you that are like listening to this video right now and are thinking that either I have no reason to do so or it's common sense, or like like basically it's common sense for me to continue making new series, appreciate you. But for all of you that don't, that's fine as well. Here to explain. So the first thing, right, the first main reason why I and other what if YouTubers in general, say people like Tyler and say people like Plus Ultraman, right, other what if YouTubers in general, right, make new series, right, we make multiple what if series at a time without finishing ones for one or a couple of reasons, right? Me personally, I have multiple reasons as to why I do this, and I'll just get into one of the ones that like are most logistical, like the one that matters most for the YouTube channel, right? So as you guys know, if you're from the main channel, the goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, right? So far, we're doing fairly decent on that goal, on a decent way. To get to that light goal, or not light goal, the sub goal, right? But in order to do that, right, I have to get views, right? In order to get views, I have to put out certain videos, and you may notice, right, that as I put out series, right, the views on those series steadily decline, right? I've come to expect this now, right? So like, take for example, you look at my most popular what if, right? Somewhere like 200K, like something around that, right? It's What If Naruto Had the Rinnegan, the first part. That first part has 197,000 views, right? The direct sequel to that has 86,000 views, right? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm not asking, like, I'm not being like, oh, I didn't get 200,000 views on this What If. Oh, no, right? I'm not, like, being whatever about it, right? I'm just letting you know that the only way to do this new stuff, like, to keep the channel growing at a certain rate, is to continue pumping it with new what if series that grabs people's attention and gets them onto the channel, right? I know for a fact that a majority of you people would not be here without What If Naruto Had the Rinnegan, What If Naruto the Ten Tails, What If Naruto was an Anbu, and those are the three main ones, right? Those are just like, for a fact, my top 3 performing what ifs on the channel in general, right? That's really not disputable. It's just kind of how that works, right? So if you look at that, then these what ifs were made, like some of your favorite what ifs were made after what ifs that I still haven't finished to this day, okay? Now, you may be looking at that and being like, oh, why don't you just finish the old ones? Well, you guys don't, how would I phrase this so you guys can understand? You guys don't, I know that I want the channel to grow, right? So basically, because I want the channel to grow, I have to make new series, but when I make new series, right, you guys watch them for a little bit, you know, there's some traction, there's a little bit of whatever, right? It goes up, or the first 2 parts are usually the best. Then after that, it's still usually if the what if is hitting, the traction is still pretty good, but it's not nearly as good as the first part, right? So in order to keep the growth, keep the subscriber count going, keep everything moving as it's supposed to, I have to consistently and constantly make new what ifs that you guys will watch, right? You could literally go onto my channel and see what I mean, right? The first part of my series, 197, 170, 147. You look at the second part for those series, there are usually like half. Like that's half or less. Like that's usually the amount of like views that second part is getting, right? And that's, like I said, that's perfectly fine. I just know that if I want to grow, I have to continuously come out with new series, right? That's the reason why someone like me, I can't speak for Plus Ultraman because me and him aren't really cool like that, but that's the reason I can speak for Ty. Like, me and him both know that, like, new what ifs bring in new people, which gets them to watch the older what ifs, which gets them to get viewed, right? So, like, think about it like this. if I bring in, the thing is, me making new what ifs is beneficial to me continuing old ones, right? Like if I bring in new people, those new people then look at my channel and watch those what ifs, hit the like goals, then I go back and do those videos, right? It's like a little bit of a cycle. But if the channel's stagnant and I'm doing what ifs that don't perform generally well, right? Like an example would be the what if Naruto had a stand, right? A lot of people have been asking me for that. I put it out, it did doo-doo, right? That's fine. I don't really, like, I don't mind that, right? It's an experiment, first of all, and second of all, I do like writing that one, right? It wasn't one of the ones I tend to dislike writing, right? So that's fine. It's perfectly okay. That's whatever. But you can look on the channel and see that video that many people had been commenting on and requesting did very bad relative to other series, right? It's just a fact. Like, you look at it, I'd be pretty pressed. I'd be pretty surprised, I'd say, if you guys were able to hit the like goal on that, right? But you could see the views and just look at it compared to the other ones that it just isn't hitting the same, right? Now, that's the first reason. The first reason is really just logistical. It's really just the numbers don't lie, right? It's really just, yeah, I can't grow if I don't make new what ifs, right? And if that isn't a good enough reason for you, I don't really know what to say, because I want the channel to grow. Getting the channel grow helps me reach these new goals. These new goals help me improve upon the content in general, right? And these things, it's just a cycle. It's just cyclical of how it helps me get better, right? Like, it's just how I can get better, right? These new series bring in new people. These new people comment new what if ideas that make me create better content. It's just a whole thing, right? The second reason that I like making new what ifs is, I'm not gonna lie, as someone who considers himself rather like a creative, a person that likes writing these stories, when I get an idea, right, if you implant a what if idea into my head, it's hard for me to get that what if idea out, right? Like, I mentioned Project X a while back, which is the what if anime merge, right? That idea has been in my head for quite a bit of time, and I have not been able to get it out of my head through the entirety of that time. I've just been working on it in the background. What if Naruto's on Otsutsuki? I'm working on that in the background. Like, those the what ifs that I think I can just be in my, like, I can just be in my creative bag. Like, I could just be be really good with the writing, right? Things that I think are either unique. Like, for the what if Naruto's on Otsutsuki, I'd be willing to bet quite a bit that a lot of you guys are just thinking that I'm going to make Naruto overpowered. That's right, I said overpowered, right? Because Naruto doesn't compare to Bauer yet, right? A lot of you guys are going to be thinking that I'm going to be making him overpowered. I'm going to be making him just like in the Tensei series. Like, I'll just tell you this right now. A little bit of a spoiler for you guys that are, like, on here. A little bit of a treat. Nowhere near... The Otsutsuki what if is going to be so much more different than a bunch of my other what ifs. I'll just say that. Same style, different story completely. It's not going to be a lot like Naruto in terms of, like, the way the story is structured. I'll just let you know that. So, like, things like that. Certain what ifs, like, what if Orochimaru stole Naruto? What if Naruto had an end? Those type of ideas, the ideas that either drastically change the story or just implement things that I really personally like, I want to do. And once I have my mind set on this, I start working on it. Once I start working on it, I get behind on my other projects, so then I decide to put out this one as a last-ditch effort, right? That kind of happens a lot. Or I just think that a what if series is going to do really well. In terms of the Otsutsuki, I don't want to jinx myself, but whatever. This comment may age either really well or really poorly, so let's just hope it ages well. I think that the Otsutsuki what if is going to do basically on par numbers with, like, the type of Anbu tiers in terms of, like, views and stuff. Anbu tiers, Ten Tails tiers, Rinnegan tiers, like, and that type of stuff, like those numbers. Me personally, I think it's that type of what if. Not that the story is so great it's going to do that, just like people tend to like are like they tend to head towards those what ifs, those really overpowered Naruto type of what ifs. People seem to like and enjoy in general, right? I've seen the trend. I hope I'm getting the trend right this time, because it seems like something I want to do, and it's going to be the first of my experiments, which is just going to be writing the entire series and putting it all at once. You guys do not have to worry about me, for the most part, creating a series that I don't plan on finishing, because what I'm going to do from now on is finish the series before I even put out the first part, as long as I know that you guys are going to like it, right? Like, certain what if, I just feel it in my body that like it's gonna do well, right? With the Anbu What If, I was pretty sure it was gonna do well. Not nearly as well as it did, mind you, but pretty well, right? That's just kind of how I thought it was. Those are the two main reasons. It's really like creative. It's the creativity part of me that just wants to do more and wants to expand on the what ifs, right? And it's also just the logistics of it. I mean, the third one is kind of relates to the second one, but it's just like some what ifs after a little bit of time, I either get bored with them, right? Or I look at them differently and I'm like, dang, I really could have improved on that. I really could have done a lot better setting up like the what if, right? I'll look at like what if Naruto's a Senju. A lot of people like that. And I look at it, I'm like, did I do my best on that? And I don't know if I did my best then, but my best now is a lot better than my best then. That what if was 2 months ago, right? Like I've improved a lot since 2 months. You might be able to tell from the type of like even the emotion that I put into my videos is like completely different. It's just hard to see that type of like those long series. So that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of like, I know a lot of other YouTubers do like one shot what ifs or whatever, right? That's fine. I'm gonna do like I'm just gonna finish my series before I even put it out. That way I can just schedule. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna like basically script record and edit the entire series and put it out daily, right? So like for the Otsutsuki what if, it's probably gonna be about 15 parts. So I'm gonna make 15 videos, right? Then schedule them back to back to back to back to back to back for the next, like, not the next 15 days from today, but like once the first one starts, 14 Otsutsuki What If videos are going back to back to back to back. Like that's what it's going to be. And while those videos are going back to back to back, I'm working on another series that I'll like basically schedule since from there, right? So that's basically what the plan is going to be for the channel. And a quick explanation / rant video on why I make new what ifs, why you shouldn't get mad at me about it, and I don't know. That's it. That's it. That's the outro. Bye.